Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the best way to level up to 335 in Destiny 2 with the Curse of Osiris DLC. They increased the light level and a lot of people are trying to level up really quickly, and I'm going to show you guys pretty much the best way to actually achieve 335. Now at this point we're going to have a reset, so if you don't get 335 this week, you definitely can probably do it next week. But I know that a lot of people probably have only been playing on maybe one or two of their characters and not actually on all three. So pretty much I'm not going to go over too much on what you want to do on the first one because that is kind of important, but you can kind of get a glimpse of what to do on all three from this video. Now this is going to be my third character, and this is going to be one that I'm going to get really screwed over on, and I'm not going to get 335. That's just a little spoiler in the end. But that's because I have really bad luck with RNG. But the first thing you want to do is you want to level up to whatever level your max weapons are. So the first time through, you definitely want to get to at least level 21 without actually doing things like public events, go to lost sectors, kill enemies, do the challenges on the planets, just to get experience. And then once you actually achieve level 21, go and turn in a bunch of tokens, get a bunch of blues, start farming, and try to get up to 310 before you do the story. Now, the second time through or the third time through, you want to level up to whatever your max weapons are. In my case, I had to get to level 25, which I just did, because I had 335 weapons. Now, that's going to help a lot for increasing your light. Once you actually do that, go and turn in a bunch of tokens, farm a bunch of blues, and try to max out your light level where you just cannot get any more light, and then you're good to go. And every time you do this, you're going to get big bumps. So just from the weapons alone, I got pretty much to 319, and by turning in some tokens, I'm going to be able to get up to like 322, which is actually really good to start. So this is definitely what you want to do. Remember, the first time through, just get to 21 and try to get to 310 before you do the story. And then the second and third time through, you have to pretty much get to whatever level your max weapons are at, because that's going to give you a huge bump in light. And it's important to do this before the story, because the story is going to help you actually get your power level up a lot. You'll be surprised because there's a lot of different powerful engrams, or really scaled engrams, that you can actually get. They're not powerful gear, but they are scaled gear, and that's actually really important. Okay, so once you're done with that, go through the story. Just pretty much play right through it. After the first mission, you're going to get an engram. You can go ahead and turn that in and hope that you can actually get some armor that will actually give you a big boost. In my case, I got some boots, which is good. In fact, these boots are going to get up to 330 because of the mod. And that's going to put me up to 327. And every time you do this, you do want to maybe go and farm some blues here and there, just to keep leveling up, to try to max out those extra pieces. And then a little bit later in the story, you're going to actually go ahead and get another engram from Ikora. Now the first time through, you're going to get a weapon. But the second and third time through, you will get a engram that will be scaled. And I actually got a chest piece out of that, which is once again going to give me a huge bump. And that's really, really good. A little bit later on in the story, you're going to get another random engram that will be scaled. In my case, I got a chest piece, which is kind of unlucky because I don't really need that at this point. It's going to give me a very minor boost, but you can pretty much just take whatever you can get because it's always good to get armor. You really don't want to get weapons if you already have 335 weapons. It's not going to really help you. Once you actually beat the story, you're going to get another engram, which in my case, I got a Last Hope, which is totally useless to me. And then you can go and talk to Ikora. Now, the first time through the campaign, I would actually recommend going to talk to Brother Vance first. Pick something that is not a pair of gauntlets, because the first time through, you're going to get a pair of exotic gauntlets. The second and third time through, it's going to be a random engram. So, if you have already beaten the campaign, you should totally go to the tower first, talk to Ikora to get the randomness out of the way, and here I'm going to get a sword, which is just completely useless to me, and then you can go and talk to Brother Vance, who's going to let you choose a piece of armor. Now you pretty much just want to go with whatever piece is your lowest at this point, which in my case was my cloak, so I'm going to go ahead and take that and upgrade that with the new cloak, and that's going to get up to 333, which will become my curse at that point, and it's really, really stupid. But once you beat the campaign, you can actually go ahead and finish up your clan XP if you like. I would probably recommend that. In my case, I got a helmet, which is going to actually help me out a lot. Then after that, you want to immediately go and do the raid. The raid's going to give you the most power that you can possibly get. So you definitely want to do that before you do any other powerful gear. Now, the first time through the raid, you're going to get a 330 engram at the end guaranteed, and that will actually give you a huge bump because it's going to be pretty much max light level. In my case, for the dogs, I got 2 weapons which were useless. It was the dog challenge, so you're guaranteed a drop if you do the challenge. On the gauntlet, I'm going to get a pair of gloves, which are 330, which is perfect because that's something that I need, and that's going to give me a big boost up to 333. And at that point, you should be getting pretty much nothing but 330 engrams, but you can get unlucky, unfortunately. At the end of the raid, I'm going to get a sniper rifle, which is not going to help me out. And then I'm going to go and turn in all my keys and open on the chest, and I'm going to get 1 exotic. You're pretty much guaranteed to get 1 exotic out of 3 keys, and I got 1, and it will scale. This exotic will scale with you. So let's see what we get out of this. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up all these random legendaries that I have, and then I'm going to open up the exotic, and I'm going to get some Shinobi's Vow, which is gauntlets I really wanted to get, but I didn't really need them to level up. I already have 335 gauntlets. Next up, I'm going to do the Flashpoint EDZ, and from this, I actually had a 329 engram, which is really unlucky. That's just something that can happen, and it's really lame because, well, I needed an upgrade for my helmet, and I didn't get one. Next up, I do the Heroic Strikes, and from this, it was a 329 engram, but because I got an exotic, that exotic is going to be 335 luckily. So I'm going to be able to get an upgrade for my boots, and now my boots are 335. And the weapon that I got is 329 just because that's what the engram said. Once again, that's just really unlucky. That's something that shouldn't happen once you're 333, but it can happen, unfortunately. Next up, I'm going to kill the Nightfall boss, and at the end of the Nightfall, you will get a drop. And in my case, I got a helmet. And luckily, this helmet is going to be 330. So now I have a 335 helmet. And that is really, really nice. And that's going to boost me up to 334 now. Next up, I do the Adventures for Brother Vance. And at the end of this, I get a chest piece. So now I pretty much have every single piece of armor 335. Besides my cloak. And that is where the curse occurs. I cannot get a cloak to save my life. And I'm going to play a little bit of a montage here of me doing everything else, and you will see me get screwed over.